how this relates back to your meditation practice is if you can sit and just be in gratitude and vibrating in this thankful frequency of making that time and creating that space for yourself, your meditation practice along with yourself is only going to grow. It's going to get deeper. It is going to open you up in ways that you are not even aware of right now. Welcome to the Pave Your Paradise podcast. I'm Mandy Ross, international media personality, speaker, writer, life cheerleader, and coach. Each episode, I'll share a guest or an idea to help you blast through your limiting beliefs, nourish your soul, and connect with yourself to take your relationships, health, business, and life to a next level. We don't play small. We're meant for great things. We take our struggles and turn them into slam dunk successes. This is the place for you to create your best you so you can pave your personal path to paradise. Are you with me? Let's do this. Hello. All right, that was a little bit creepy, but no, we're good, guys. Hello and welcome back to Pave Your Paradise podcast with Mandy Ross. Clearly, I've had probably an uptake of natural sugars today, as you can tell, and adaptogens, as I love. That's where all the good energy is coming from, the good prana. I want to welcome you if you've never tuned in. My name is Mandy, and I love sharing with you guys about health and wellness and self-development, sharing tips on how you can create your own personal path to paradise, aka your inner sunshine, inner happiness, because external things can make you happy, but the ultimate joy always has to stem from within. While other people are actually out enjoying the sunshine right now, I was out earlier today and being aware of being in the moment and really embracing the sunny weather that I have not been experiencing here in Vancouver, Canada. For a lot of you who may not know, it rains here a lot, and summertime, which is when I'm recording this, happens to be the season to absolutely love and celebrate sunshine here, because these are the months during the year that we get that. I just wanted to say a prayer of gratitude to you guys tuning in, but also just some gratitude for the sunshine and the enlightening vibes that are happening where I am. Today's episode is actually based on a few questions I've had lately on meditation. I've had a lot of people ask me, with all the posts that I've been posting, just about how to get started. Some people have tried it, some haven't. And what I thought would be great is to hop on here and record a podcast with you guys on how to get started, how to create your own meditation practice, a simple way to start. And it can be a refresher for those of you who already have one, or maybe you'll get some insight or inspiration from some of the tips that I am saying today, but also some of the insights I've learned along the way and some knowledge from the experiences I've been through, having studied, taught, and had my own practice now for years and years. My meditation journey actually started really through yoga. I want to say technically from getting my yoga teacher certification years ago. But really, when I think back to where my, passion for meditation really started, it would have been when I was a child, because I often remember times when I would be what I want to call in my zone, where I would just have tuned everything out around me and I would be focused on one task that I was doing. I was a really creative child too. So for example, when I was singing, I honestly would sing my little heart and soul out by myself in my bedroom. And I just remember it was as though nothing else existed. I was in this little bubble. There was no time. There was no element of space around me. I literally was one with the music and the sound vibration. I like to call that active meditation or active mindfulness, because I was technically moving, so I wasn't in stillness, but that element of just being completely in the present moment, fully focused on being all there, that is where I was. That to me is active meditation. So I just want to first say that I'm sure in your life right now, you can think of one or two scenarios where you are able to just tune everything out. Usually it's something you're really passionate about. So maybe for someone, it might be sports. Maybe for some people, it might be something artistic like drawing or painting or singing or something like that. For others, it might be like being in nature is a big one that I found to be really supportive and has allowed me to tap into just kind of a higher and other realm or place. Now, I know some of the stuff I'm talking about might be a little woo-woo for y'all, but if you can bear with me and just be open to some of these concepts, you may have heard of some of them. They might be new to you. Whatever the case is, I'm all about sharing, and I really do feel like sharing is caring, as corny as that sounds. Sharing is caring. I feel like I'm in kindergarten, but it's true, guys. It really is. Especially when we're talking about things like spirituality. I am not here to say that you have to believe in anything that I say whatsoever. In fact, I want you to make your own decisions in life. I want to empower you to educate and study and familiarize and experience all that there is to in life so that you can decide on what you do believe in and what you don't believe in. And I'm just merely here to share my experiences with you and hopefully provide some insight, some inspiration, and really just empower you to take what works for you and then just leave what doesn't. I'm not expecting anything more. I just want you to enjoy the episodes that I record. And again, if they can help you, that is just a beautiful way for me to serve you. And just pick and choose what works for you. Some of these concepts might sound a little kooky for some of you or a little woo-woo, spiritual or spirit junky. I totally get it. I understand. And I respect you. And I just ask that you respect my views on what I've been through. I wanted to start with the active meditation because I found in classes that I've taught or people I've spoken with, sometimes the block there is that they don't, like I've literally had people say to me, I can't meditate. I either don't know how or I can't sit still. I really think that everybody in their own way can at least start by actively meditating, meaning being fully present in the moment in the activity that they're doing. Again, I mentioned nature, I mentioned sports or athletics, I mentioned the arts. It could be cooking, whatever you're passionate about. Maybe just start with that thing. Turn everything else off. Don't get distracted by anything else, basically, and just try to be fully there. That would be a gateway into starting what I want to see you all develop into, which is hopefully an actual meditation practice. Now, actual meditation does typically happen when you are still. Now, I know right away there's going to be people going, what? No. I have studied many different types of meditation, so I'm just going to go with the typical mainstream, what's being taught as meditation today. Of course, there are active types of meditation. For example, there's walking meditation, and I've experienced walking meditation for years and years in my life of just either going on hikes or walks and just allowing myself to tune out all other things except for cars because I don't want to get run over if I'm walking across the street or into somebody or a pole. But aside from that, all safety things aside, I really try to tune my attention just to being in the moment, going on my walk, and really just tuning out the world, not even having music on, just literally letting myself be one with the sounds of nature or the ocean or the trees, whatever the case may be, the wind that is making things bristle in the distance, like whatever those natural sounds are. I really try to really tap into my 5 senses there. So there's sound, there's sight, there's smell, there's touch, there's feelings, there's all of that. That being said, I would love to introduce you to what a meditation practice can look like for you. This is a give and take. This is you take what works for you and you leave what doesn't. I hope some of these can help you on your meditative path. And I'd love to hear also lots of feedback from you guys on if you're already doing some of these, if some of these tips you have implemented and they've helped you, or something else that you'd love to hear me talk more about. So before I jump right in, dive deep into what a meditative practice can look like for you personally at home or while you're traveling, how to create that sacred space for yourself, I think it's important to tell you the backstory behind how meditation has come into my life, but also how it's changed my world as well, so that you can understand why I feel so passionately about it and why I really couldn't live without meditation at this point in my life. Meditation came into my life many years ago, as I said, in my childhood, without calling it actually that. It came from a place of just being able to actually focus on one thing. Now, knowing as an adult that I have ADHD, it's something that has actually allowed me to train my brain to be able to focus and to concentrate on one task at a time. As much as I do love multitasking, I think so differently. My mindset has shifted to one where I don't care to multitask as much in my life anymore. Sometimes it just happens because I'm either not being as conscious as I can be in the moment, and or I'm trying to juggle a few things. But ultimately, the mindfulness aspect that has grown, that mindfulness muscle in me through meditation, has allowed me to now be able to focus and not get distracted as easily. So that's one of the benefits, and also why I'm such a believer in meditation. Really, what meditation has taught me over the years is that when my intention meets my attention, that's when I can achieve my peace of mind, happiness, and that pave your paradise mission that I'm on, is to teach y'all how to be happier from within. And it also has helped me to be more successful in my life. There are 3 elements I'm going to share with you that I truly believe need to be present in order for you to have a great meditation experience. And when I say great meditation experience, what I mean is be able to reap all of the benefits of having a meditation practice. So those 3 elements that are needed would be to be open, to be honest, which, let me tell you, sometimes that's a freaking you know what, and aware. Those are the 3 that really are necessary in order to allow for the magic of conscious living to happen in your life. Meditation encompasses all of them, and it's allowed me to transform in ways that no other form of practice has ever allowed me to. Here's the thing. I am a fit junkie. I love working out. If I'm not physically active pretty much every day, I can't even picture what that would be like. It's another form of therapy and an outlet and a release for me. But here's the thing. Meditation, from every single thing I've tried, from ceremonies to plant medicine to working out and fitness to nature alone, everything that I've tried, all these different methodologies, all these philosophies, all these different self-growth methods that people put out there, I have not, still to this day, found another something that has allowed me to tap in as deeply as meditation has. And that is another reason why I feel just so strongly about not just honoring my practice, but sharing it and teaching others to do the same. Here's the thing. Our world is experiencing a new shift in awareness and consciousness. I really believe it is transforming into a more enlightened state of being as a whole. And I really believe that meditation can significantly help in this transition, because it will prepare us for this shift that is currently happening and that I believe is going to continue to help to shape the world that we live in now. Bringing it back full circle, if this is new to you, amazing. I'm so happy to teach you the following tips. If this is a refresher for you, take it, see it as a gift to you, as a reminder of this devotional and sacred, beautiful healing art that you're already doing in your life, and perhaps you can take away some new tidbits from me. So here are a few tips that I would absolutely love to share with you guys about having a meditation practice and how you can start one. First tip is to find a quiet area that you feel super comfortable in. And it's really important that you feel free to express yourself during your practice and that you won't be interrupted by distractions. As well, in that is people. You don't want to be distracted by others. I've enjoyed meditation in both private and public places. While both offer their own benefits, I personally find it much easier to focus being in an inside environment. Sometimes I like to light candles during meditation. Sometimes I Well, actually, most of the time, I also set an alarm to go off before I begin. Right now, I'm not practicing as much as I used to. Sometimes I would meditate for an hour or two, depending on how I was feeling. I do about 15 minutes a day in the mornings in my master morning routine. Don't worry, guys. I have another podcast coming up with what that looks like, because I really believe if you can win your morning routine, you can win the rest of your day. That'll be a future episode. Now, just for some beginners who are listening, you might want to start with a few minutes and then work your way up to longer periods of time. Meditation, like anything I will discuss with you guys, is not about comparing yourself to what someone else's, 5 years into it or even 2 days into it looks like. If you find sitting still for a few minutes difficult, then start with 1 minute. That's all you literally need to start with. As long as you can just get into that practice of getting still and silencing those things that are around you, that's all you need to start. That's it. It's so simple and it's so basic and it's free. The second tip I would have for you is that once you decide on a spot that you're super comfortable in, here's 2 options. You can either decide to sit on the floor or ground cross-legged, which I love doing. I also like sitting on a cushion sometimes because it is a little comfier, and you can totally do that if you prefer. But sometimes I have also been in a state where it feels more comfortable to lie down. For those of you that have done yoga before, it's very similar to Shavasana. It basically is just lying flat, with your legs apart and your arms just by your sides and just getting still on the floor. Whatever's more comfortable for you. There's no right or wrong. It's really just a matter of getting still comfortably. Just a few tips. These, again, you can take or leave. Rest your hands with your palms facing up on your knees, and then take the tips of your thumbs on each of your hands and touch the tip of your middle finger. This is also a very popular position known as, with your hands, a mudra. There's different techniques. You can stand if you want. There are people that like standing and meditating. I personally don't really care for that, but you can line your back again. There's not a best one. It's just whatever allows you to have the greatest experience in the one that you choose to use. Next, you want to close your eyes and you want to scan your entire body. So starting with the top of the head, which is what I like to do, you want to bring your attention to each body part and just slowly start relaxing one by one by bringing your awareness and focusing on each body part and working your way down until you finally reached your toe tips. Now, once I get to that part, I usually take 3 deep and slow breaths in and out, just to really get my heart rate completely down, to get me really focused and present in the moment. Next, it's really important to take in all of the sensations of your experience. Be aware in that moment of every sensation that is coming to you, from little sounds to how you're feeling, the taste in your mouth, the smell in the air. Just really start to get hyper aware of everything that's happening to you. Now is one of the most important parts of how to start your meditation practice and what meditation is, bringing focus to your breath. And some people you may have heard of exclaiming that this is pranayama, which is breath work. Pranayama is basically the inhale and exhale and working with your breath and the flow of in and out in that process. So you really want to concentrate on when you're inhaling and when you're exhaling. Now with this, yeah, I had to do that, guys. I really did. I couldn't help myself. That's like the meditation teacher coming out of me. So without forcing your breath, you really just want to allow it to flow naturally in and out. One of the things I used to do, because I'm so big on having like proper posture, I love alliteration. I cannot pronounce this. Proper posture is that I'm so used to being upright and holding my stomach in. And in meditation, you actually want to relax your belly so that you can naturally just let it fill with air and then slowly release it. And also feel it in your throat, your nose, and your chest. It's really important that you really become one with your breath in and then one with your breath out, and start to develop that beautiful rhythm that starts to happen in the flow of working with your breath. So another thing you guys can do when you're in the meditative state, and this is something I do sometimes, I don't always do this, but you can choose a mantra. So a mantra is a word, a sound, or a phrase that is repeated or that represents your beliefs during a time of meditation or prayer. For some people, it could be very helpful. It can be anything you want it to be, anything you wish it to be, any desire you have. And this is the great thing that I love about meditation is that it's all about you personalizing it to your preference. So, for example, with the mantra, it can be said aloud or you can just repeat it to yourself inside silently. And for beginners, if you are listening and you've never had a practice, you might find it easiest to start with even just the word breath, to keep bringing you back as that anchor, which is your breath, that you continue to breathe in and breathe out. Breath, breath, breath. It's like this rhythmic, transational, just transformational. I say trance because I got to interject here. You will hear the rest of the tips, but trance music is one of my absolute favorite types of music. And it really is like an active meditation for my mind because the beat is like, it's like, so it's like that rhythm of, and that's kind of like what the mantra does. It keeps bringing you back. Breath, 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 breath. You really just start to develop that rhythm within your mind, and it literally helps you to also tune out all the other distractions that are going on. So this will help you to focus all of your attention and to continue your proper breathing. Now, one of the covets here and one of the biggest things I hear from students or people who are inquiring about meditation is that they feel like there's a million things going on in their mind. I like to call it the monkey mind or the monkey brain because it's just this like you have 10 TV screens on, they're all having different plots and episodes, and it's like, just shut that bleep up. That's what you need to do during meditation. And I know it's so difficult, especially if you're just beginning and you're like me and you have such an active mind. Sometimes I honestly feel like I have a Ferrari brain and I have bicycle brakes. Like that's literally legit how my mind operates at times. And meditation has allowed me to actually develop stronger brakes and slow down my mind. Yes, I had to do slow-mo. So that's why I will give you a tip for this. You need to be able to acknowledge, don't ignore, because you're going to have thoughts that come up. I have thoughts even when I'm in my most deep state of meditation. Sometimes I'll still have a nasty little thought pop up, or I'll think of, oh my gosh, I have a million to-dos today, and I'll start going through. I'm like, shut the bleep up. Like, what are you doing? So make sure you acknowledge them, but then just allow them to flow freely out, diverting your attention back to your breath. And that is why also it's so important to have your mantra, because you can bring your attention again back to that word or that phrase that you're continuing to repeat to yourself. Now, final tip on this, once you've finished your practice, this is probably one of the most, if not the most important part. It's really important to take a few minutes to say a prayer of gratitude for what you've accomplished and for the opportunity to practice. I am such a firm believer in having gratitude as the best attitude to have in your life, because for most people listening, I would imagine that you really want to have more abundance in your life. I know that I am always wanting to have more. The first step in achieving abundance is being grateful for what you already have. And how this relates back to your meditation practice is if you can sit and just be in gratitude and vibrating in this thankful frequency of making that time and creating that space for yourself, your meditation practice along with yourself is only going to grow. It's going to get deeper. It is going to open you up in ways that you are not even aware of right now. And I promise you that if you start to implement this gratitude in your practice, it's going to start showing up in other areas of your life with you being more aware, more present, more grateful, more thankful, more appreciative of everything else in your life. And it will stem from this beautiful healing art and practice that you've developed. And when you're the best version of you, that's when you can go and be a best sister, wife, mother, brother, friend, cousin, coach, entrepreneur, doctor, teacher, whatever you are. It will make you a better you, so you can then be a better you for other people, and you can then pass along and serve your genius. You can then serve people from such a whole place of love and high vibration through your meditation practice. And that's just it. It all starts from within. If you really want to know the key to success, there's many different practices that you can have. I'm going to say this to you guys from such a place of honesty and transparency. Meditation will literally change your life. It is one of the most foundational and also one of the most important practices that you can ground yourself with and learn and grow through by practicing regularly. And I am just so grateful that from an early age, I started practicing, and the older I got, I actually realized what I was doing. And now I've developed this beautiful practice that I can share with you and share with others. And I'm just going to say this. I really and truly believe, especially with children, if every child, and I'll put it out there, if every person learned how to meditate, our world would be in an entirely different state than it is now. And I mean that it would be in a better, more loving, more compassionate, more conscious state of being. And that is why I am so freaking jazzed up and passionate about sharing it with as many people as I can, because I've seen the direct effect positively it's had on my life. And I can't sit back and not pay it forward and not share it with others. That's how to start your meditation practice. I would absolutely love it if you guys can share these tips with other people. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop me a line on social media, send me a message. Send your questions my way. Send your experiences my way. Having studied all different types of meditation, from transcendental to walking to silent to all different meditations that have been made into apps, no names mentioned, but I feel like I've tried them all, if not most of them at this point. There's thousands upon thousands of types of meditation that have been created over the years. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but there's certain elements to creating a practice that can make it just a more enjoyable experience for you, but also that you're able to reap the most benefits for yourself and get what you need out of it. And that's why I love that it's such a personal practice, because you can pick and choose which one works best for you. I've shared with you which works best for me, and this can help every single area of your life. It will 100% help your business. You want to talk about being more focused, how much more productive you'll be at work? Implement a simple meditation practice to start if you haven't already. You want to talk about or ask for better relationships? Well, I can assure you, being more present and aware and being more attentive to your friends, your family, your loved ones, your partner, to your society and community, well, that's going to help your relationships. And meditation can help you to build and to grow that muscle. The other part is health, like just health-wise. I can't tell you how much meditation has allowed me to break down, but break through. It's really allowed me to grow as a person. It's allowed me so much more joy and so much more paradise. That would be a perfect word. It is a state of paradise that I get myself into when I meditate now at this point. I can't imagine my life without it, because it's literally been a lifesaver for me. And that's why I want to share it with you guys, because I really feel like it could be a lifesaver for you too. And whether you're dealing with some major struggles or just day to day, things that get on your nerves or annoy you or you want to change, meditation can be such a gateway to that next level or next version of yourself that you really want to achieve. So that is it for today's episode. I really, truly hope that you guys can take away some tips on how to either start or dive deeper into your meditation practice. And I want to hear all about what you guys have going on as far as your mindfulness or meditation practices at home, while you're on the road, and what's your favorite type of meditation? I'm very curious to know. So drop me a line, shoot me a message, let me know what works for you. If you have any challenges or questions, I'd love to hear from you. I am praying and cheering for your highest success. And I just want to say namaste and wish y'all a beautiful day. Take care, guys. Until next time. Mwah. Thanks so much for joining me. If there's anyone you know who you think could benefit from hearing today's episode, it would mean the world if you'd share it with them. Love what you heard? Then please subscribe. If you really love what you heard, then please leave a review with your honest and loving thoughts. This podcast wouldn't be possible without your support. If you feel called to, please make contributions to my podcast fund that helps me to keep it going strong, bringing on amazing guests for you, and to continue the ripple effect of spreading goodness in the world. I appreciate you, your time, and your energy, and I love hearing from you, so drop me a line on social media. As always, I'm wishing you a positive day and your own piece of paradise. Until next time, sending you love and light, and keep shining.